How do you do? My name is Wayne Gemeiner, drill pointing specialist for ICS Cutting Tools. What we're going to do today is we are going to split drills on the Winslow Model 400 hydraulic drill splitter. And we're going to start this training film off with finishing up one job and switching over to another. So the first thing that we have to do is we just turn off all the controls so that the machine can't accidentally start. And we take a little screwdriver or something and just back that barrel out of there like that. And it reveals a very simple collet. And then inside, I will demonstrate this later, but inside there is a collet. And right now I actually have it set up for a 1/4 inch drill. And it simply means that that 1/4 inch drill fits into a bushing at the bottom of that bore of a 1/4 inch. So to actually set up a job, you put the correct size bushing in there. And in this case, I'm putting even though I'm using I'm splitting a 1/4 inch drill, I'm using a 9/16 inch collet because I want to be able to load and time the drill easily. And this drill shank is a little short for me to try to stick my finger in there and push it in there and try to locate the drill. So what I'm doing, I'm stepping up to a 9/16 collet, just pushing it in there, and then I can use, by depressing the wings on this holder, I open this little bore a little bit, and by releasing it, it's just a clamp. That way, when I go in like this to locate my drill and stuff, I can do it very easily. So, I've got my bushing in there, my collet, and I put my barrel back here into the bore and turn it until it's just snug. And for demonstration purposes, you can see now I'm sticking the shank of the holder into the collet, locating the drill. And what I'm actually doing here is I am locating the drill to a locator at a predetermined position on a locator, and then I am turning the drill to the right, and that goes against a stop on the locator. So in effect, I am timing the drill axially to a stop, and then I'm turning the drill to a stop. And that always puts my drill in the perfect position, every drill in a perfect position for splitting the point. One other thing I'd like to mention, the single most important thing about the points that you're going to be grinding. I will demonstrate this in review later. But you always want a drill that has a chisel angle ground on the point of anywhere from 95-degree chisel angle to approximately 112-degree chisel angle. The locator is right here, and this is the back end of it, or the shaft of it. And the locator is simply a device where the drill comes into the point of it, and then you turn the drill in the workhead, and the cutter bangs up against the carbide tip. So that's all there is to it. And to change it, I will demonstrate that later, but for now we'll let that go. The next step is to push the start button. Now that button does not start the grind cycle or anything like that. All it does is turn on the electrical control panel of the machine, and it engages the hydraulic motor, pumps, cylinders, and whatever else is involved in the machine. Next thing we'll do, we'll turn the coolant on. Next step, as I showed you before, this wing holder is simply a collet system in a shaft, and if I depress the wings, I release the collet. There's just a little collet there, sized to the diameter of the drill. I got a 1/4 inch drill here. I just stick it in anywhere, release the wings, and I am holding my drill. Now remember, I have a 9/16 inch collet, which is the same diameter as this barrel, and I'm going to insert the wing holder and drill into the collet, and then I am going to turn or rotate the drill clockwise. And what I'm doing here is I'm going in and I am timing the drill to a very exact position that way, or to a stop, and then by rotating the drill clockwise or to the right, I am timing the cutter or the lip of the drill radially so that it is always in the same position, so that if I do 2 drills or 200 or 2,000 drills like this, every one will be in the same position that way and radially. So I have it. All I have to do now is push my cycle start switch, and I can set my timer, my spark out counter. It's set, I'm going to set it for about 2 spark outs. That means that the machine will grind the split, and then it'll cycle a couple of times on spark out to put a finish on the drill. So all I have to do, I'll time my drill axially and radially. Now I'm just going to push the button, and the machine will now cycle automatically. Did one flute, the machine took it, did the other flute, boom, and it's done. And what I'm trying to do here is put a split point on the drill, and I have to make some minor adjustments on the drill. What I'm looking for is a new chisel angle formed by the split to the cutter of about 125 to 135 degrees. And right now, I have not come to center on the split point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the whole workhead relative to the wheel. Oh, this is just a calibrated dial here, and I'm just going to raise it, I'm guessing maybe 2 thousandths. And I'm going to cycle it through again and see how I do. I've got it to center, and I've got my chisel angle, so that's it. In the review portion of this training film, I will go into great detail on these geometries, but I have one done. Now I'll insert it, and I'll do another one. And I also have a foot pedal on the floor, so I can make this easier to do. I'm going to speed up my cycle a little bit too with this dial. I don't want to wait all day to grind a drill. And I can inspect them as they're going, and that one looks real good. So what we've accomplished here is a satisfactory setup and run operation.